WAC Basketball Podcast. I'm your host, Kendra Sheehan. We're in a new spot. This is the podcast studio inside Choctaw Stadium, the new home for the Western Athletic Conference for the time being. We love our new spot. We're happy to have Bradyn Hubbard from Abilene Christian as this week's guest. He's 6'5", 235 pounds. He's a guy that's not afraid of contact. He's leading the team in scoring, over 16 points a game. He's getting it done on the defensive side for this team. And Abilene Christian has climbed out of a little bit of a hole. And Bradyn Hubbard talks about what's working for the Wildcats as we're approaching the end of the regular season. I'm now joined by Bradyn Hubbard of ACU Men's Basketball. And Bradyn, it was a little bit of a funky week for you guys last week. You played 3 games, and that was because you had a makeup game against Tarleton State due to some snowy weather that we had in the Texas area. So take me through last week, as it's not often that you play a team Saturday and then you have to turn around and play them right again on Monday.
Yeah. It was a little hard. I mean, we were used to doing tough things as far as, practice and like traveling and things like that, but it was a little tough. But the mindset getting through all of it was pretty much just having each other back. We knew it was going to be hard playing 3 games in 5 days. So I mean, mentally we had to be prepared, during practice of what the scouting report is and stuff like that. But as far as physically, we just had to make sure we had our bodies okay. We were hydrating and stuff like that, so we can be able to get through the week as tough as possible.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the final third of conference play, so towards the end of the regular season where guys are pretty much banged up as almost a guarantee at this point anyway, and then you throw on top of that, you got to play in 3 games. How did you guys approach that scouting report for Tarleton State Saturday and then turn around Monday? Because this is an interesting year where you're playing each other 3 times. You're going to get to know these teams pretty well, but what adjustments was Coach Tanner looking to have you guys make for that Monday matchup, and how did you approach the overall preparing for such a short turnaround?
Yeah. Well, we pretty much we always knew, we always had an idea that Tarleton is a tough team just like ourselves. But of course there's gonna be like little injuries and players missing, players added and stuff like that. So I mean they had a pretty different team as far as the first time we played them and like this time. So I mean, we played them Saturday, and we knew they had the big man in there, 97. He was going to be in there scoring and stuff like that. So just turning around, we just had to make sure the plan was pretty much to be out tough them as much as we could, because we knew they're a tough team and we are a tough team as well. So I mean, the scouting report was just who wants it more, pretty much, especially after a turnaround like that. It's going to be hard, like I said, physically and stuff like that. So it's pretty much just came down to who wanted more and who was being tougher.
Now, this is a team that, for you guys, I mean, you went through a stretch during the conference play where you dropped 7 in a row. Then you get a win against UT Arlington. You get another win against Tarleton State. So you get a 2-game win streak. You fall to Tarleton State again. But where do you see this team as we're approaching that final third of the regular season, or we're in that final third of the regular season, and you're kind of just fighting for seeding right now for the tournament in Vegas?
I see us finishing pretty high. I feel like we got our struggles out the way, kind of, and we've been through them as well. And for us to keep having each other's back even through the struggles and having the same confidence and things like that, I feel like going into this last third of the season, we're mentally prepared, and as long as we have each other's back, I think we'll be able to get through it and finish seeding-wise where we want to be.
The last 3 games, you led the team in scoring. You've led the team in scoring all season. You're averaging over 16 points a game this week. I think you averaged about 21 points on the week. What did you see in those 3 games that, has allowed you to emerge as pretty much that go-to guy, and you're the guy that this team relies on to get it done on offense?
Well, I pretty much it wasn't really anything different really, except for my teammates really just having my back. these past couple of weeks have been pretty tough for me, and just my teammates being there for me, and just making sure I know that they have the utmost confidence in me, and my coaches as well. I mean, nobody really knows what I've been going through except the guys in those locker room, and so like as far as conversations we've been having about us having each other back, and just being able to get through the struggles that we've been going through. I say that was a pretty big thing for me confidence wise, and I mean, guys like Rich Smith, Joe Vincent, just those type, and Cade Hornecker, the upperclassmen, kind of those guys, just making sure the leaders of the team are like just making sure everybody has the right mindset, and just installing in me like that they got my back, and just making sure I'm good, and like me doing the same thing for them, me having their back even when they're going through struggles. I think like that's huge for us, especially like you said, the struggles we went through with them dropping those seven, with us dropping those 7 games. That's been the main part, just the leaders and like just the guys in those locker rooms, just everybody just having each other back.
You mentioned that you've been going through a challenging time. What's been the hardest part about, the last couple weeks of the season for you?
Well, I've been having some loss in my family. Um, and I would say just being able to get through those games, just being able to get through those games, and just having the right mindset, because it's pretty hard going through so much, and I would say just having the right mindset and just trying to get through it as much as possible.
We're so sorry to hear about your loss and hope everything is okay there as you're trying to make this push through the last part of the season. And you mentioned that the guys having your back. That's awesome to see. This is a team that had so many newcomers this year, but also a core group returning. Yourself, you returned for another
Mhm.
season with the Wildcats. How much emphasis was put on that team chemistry early on with Brett Tanner's crew, trying to get everyone on the same page? I know that he felt like you guys were a little bit ahead of where you were last year just because you did have a few guys returning,
Mhm.
but you mix in a lot of new pieces and some guys coming back from injury as well.
Yeah, that was the emphasis, was just we coming into the season, we had, I think, some of the like we were one of the teams with the some of the most returners, and so the emphasis was just to let the younger guys and the new guys coming in, just let them know like we're gonna get through the season regardless. And the way we're gonna get through the season is being tough and just having each other back, like I mentioned. It was kind of I wouldn't say a struggle, but it was kind of like, yeah, I would say a struggle for me coming in 2 years ago. But that was also like a part of it. Like I don't think anybody would struggle as much as I did when I first came. So just telling them like it doesn't matter how much struggle you're going through, like you're gonna be able to get through it as long as you keep the right mindset, and things like that, then we're gonna be okay. Because whenever I first had came in, it was hard. Like I couldn't. The defense was hard. I couldn't. It was hard to just adjust all around. But I was telling guys like, if I can do it, you can do it, because it was tough. It was tough for me. But the main emphasis was just the returners coming back, was just to put this instill the toughness into the new guys for sure.
I love that, you're trying to make it easier for the guys coming in and get them up to speed. And, it obviously was challenging for you. You came from Connor State, you spent about 2 years there, and then you came to Abilene Christian. And I love the connection you had with Cam Henderson, who is an assistant at ACU, brought you along. And so what was Coach Henderson's message to you about getting you to play at Abilene Christian and making you feel like this was the right home for you after Connor State?
He pretty much just told me like it wasn't gonna be easy, that's for sure. But he knew that me coming from Connor State, I've been through the JUCO life, which is tough. So he knew I could do it, of course. And he just told me like this is a family here, and that's exactly what it's been. He told me coming here was gonna be it was gonna be pretty much what I've been going through my whole life, like the Christian lifestyle and stuff like that. But he just told me it's a family here, so me coming here was just perfect. He thought it was perfect for me, and I thought it was perfect for me as well. And then Coach Tanner, I had a visit with him, and he just explained to me like what Coach Cam said, like it wasn't gonna be easy, but I'll be able to get through it.
You look at so many guys that come from the JUCO level and have a lot of success right off the bat in the Division 1 level. What do you think helped you have so much success just based on your experience in junior college? It's such a grind. It's so tough.
Mhm.
You don't have all the luxuries and amenities that Division 1. You really have to push and follow your dreams and grind
Mhm.
it out to be able to make it to this level.
Yeah. I would say just being a part of that grind. That grind is nothing to play with really. Sometimes you wonder what you were gonna eat. The living situation wasn't the best, and it had the mindset. I had the mindset of if I can get through that lifestyle, I can get through anything. Warner, it was a small town. There wasn't really restaurants, no none of that. So just me being able to build the connections I did in JUCO and be able to get through those days when it was snowing, it wasn't I couldn't go nowhere. It just prepared my mind for what the toughest things that were able to come. And just doing that, just like it just made it easy for me to just hear because it wasn't as hard, as far as lifestyle.
For you now, the final half, you guys have Southern Utah. You get just one game this week on Saturday, so you get a little bit more of a rest, and of course, it is at home. What has been the focus this week in practice, cleaning some things up so that you can go in and get a huge win against the Thunderbirds?
Yeah. The focus has really just been don't make the little mistakes that we made the first times we played them. And just to adjust as much as we can. We knew that this past week was kind of tough, on our bodies and stuff like that. So we haven't been doing too much, but we just know like the last time we played them here, where we messed up was we did the little mistakes that kind of got us in a tip. And then the game plan is really just don't do those things again. We know as far as um having a scorer's mentality that we really just need to do what we normally do. But we know that where we're gonna really get it done is on the defensive side. So as long as we do that and don't make the little mistakes, the mental mistakes that we made the second time we played them, then we should come out happy at the end.
You mentioned the defensive side. I mean, you're leading scorer, but you also lead the team in steals. You got 50 on the year so far. What is it like for you to have to be that presence on offense and defense? I know that's the way that Coach Tanner preaches that you guys need to have that defensive pressure, but that's a lot of pressure and a lot of expectations on you having to get it done on the both sides of the floor. How do you manage that?
Well, I just manage to play as hard as I can as long as I'm on the court. I didn't know I was the leader in steals, so that's kind of like news to me. But I mean, just playing hard on defense, that's what get me there. And that's what Coach Tanner talks about as well. I mean, as long as you play hard, it's all come naturally.
Here's a fun question because Coach Tanner was talking last year. He had his son on the team playing
Mhm.
last year, and then his other son was the manager. And he said those guys kind of kept him level headed at times. They reminded him, hey, calm down. It's okay to have fun during these games. So, who is that person this year now that his other son is kind of with the team, but not in that full, you know, role that he was last year?
Yeah, the person this year, yeah, they definitely helped me with that. Kobe and Carson, they definitely helped me with that. But I would say the person this year, it's either Joseph Vincent or I would say maybe Coach P, Coach Payton, our strength coach. Both of them, Joe and Coach P, both of them just make sure like because I get pretty like intense during the games. So they just make sure like I'm having fun with it. And as long as I'm having fun with it, like everything will come natural to me and the team will be having a blast as well.
Senior year, going to Vegas. I know you talked about, the support of the team. Will you get to have anyone supporting you in Vegas, or do you have some family members coming out to your ACU home games this weekend?
I should. I'm gonna see if my mom and my brother can come to Vegas. I'm not sure about this weekend. Hopefully, my sister can come down from Denton, Texas.
Okay, so you do have a good bit of support in the Texas region. I know you're originally from Tulsa, Oklahoma, but not too far
Mhm.
away.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
You also eclipsed your 2000th career point not too long ago. Obviously, just an entire body of work over the course of your career. What was that moment like for you just to celebrate? I know you're in the middle of the season, so you probably didn't think about it too much, but we like to celebrate milestones here with the WAC.
Yeah. It was nice. Just seeing how where I've come from and how hard it was, especially coming from 2 years of JUCO. It was really eye opening, really, because like I've been so busy and locked in on the season. Um, so like sometimes like I get so locked in on the team, and sometimes like I forget what I've done personally, and just seeing that milestone in my career and how we posted it, it was special to me for sure.
Well, Braden, it was great catching up with you. Wishing you the best of luck as you take on Southern Utah this Saturday at home. It's on ESPN Plus. We'll catch up in Vegas and wish you a healthy remainder of the season here.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.